Valley of Titans, a tribute to slumbering gods. We have been called to fight for those who once protected us. Gods who are now on the brink of death. Our ancient roles have been reversed. And mortals must battle to keep the gods alive.
Down on the floor here at D3, we have a couple of the big MMOs coming out, and if you've ever watched ERTV, you know that that's kind of my vice in life. We're here with Chris from Bluehole Studios. You guys are working on Tera, bringing it over from Korea. How's the conversion going?
It's going really well. We're working really well with the Korean team, not only to bring it over, but also to inject some of the Westernness, I guess, of how North Americans and Europeans play into the game.
That's one of those words that we hear a lot. We saw that as well with NCSoft bringing over Ion, for example. Westernization. What does that actually come down to in practice?
So I hate the term Westernization because it's all just about the player and what they want to play and what we enjoy here in the West versus what they enjoy there in Korea. So as an example, we approached Bluehole Studios because we thought that Western players would like the controller support with, you know, the visceral feel of the combat. So we asked them to put it in, and they liked it so much that they put it in the Korean client and our client. So it's more of a collaborative effort. You know, our writing team just went to Korea to work with the Bluehole Dev Studio and helped to write the brand new content that just got released in Korea. So it's not just us translating, it's us giving input and them giving input and bouncing ideas off of one another and making a better game for everybody.
As you mentioned, the visceral combat is a big thing in Tera, and we hear a lot about it. Can you give us an example of how it actually works?
Yeah, so it's all based on position. So there's no more tab targeting. There's no more clicking off skills while you watch TV or talk to your wife or play with the kid. You know, you've totally got to be focused on it. It's, you know, positioning and swinging it the right direction and dodging or rolling out of the way or jumping right before the enemy does a huge attack and then coming in with a really strong attack of your own. So it's all about timing and positioning and really moving around and being fluid in your combat.
Tera also features a political system, interestingly enough. The people haven't heard about it before. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, totally. It's one of the new things we're talking about here at E3, and it's really exciting. So basically, the world is broken up into 3 continents. Inside those 3 continents are between 5 and 8 different provinces, and players have the ability to become a ruling, what we call a vanarch, for each one of those provinces. Now, their rise to power, they can either get there through electoral vote or through combat in our PvP battlegrounds. Electoral vote is essentially what it sounds like. You're getting other players to vote you into office. So you can purchase NPCs and actually have them campaign for you inside the zones and, you know, spread your word how any way you can. You know, Twitter, Facebook, you know, get it out there what you're going to do. What are you going to do when you run? The other way is by PvP. So you can kind of rule with an iron fist and take your elite team and your guild in a 5-on-5 or a 10-on-10 and, you know, just through brute strength, just make your way up there. So once you get there, you got your reign of power. So the Vanarch has the ability to do everything. They can change the tax rates. They can turn on teleport NPCs, auction house NPCs, special training NPCs. You know, they can do all of these things that really influence the world around you. So it's not just for the Vanarch, but it's for the players as well, because you got to have someone good. If you're going to be spending a lot of time in this area, you definitely want someone that's going to lower taxes and turn on NPCs and make it a better place for you to live.
But what kind of... Why would anyone turn off the NPCs or you know, raise taxes to really big sums? Why would anyone do that? What would the ruler actually benefit from doing anything like that?
Well, yeah, the Vanarchs get cash money for it. So you know, it's all about, you know, why does anybody run for a political office? You got money, you got power, and you got fame. So money, they make something off of the taxes. All the Vanarchs and the guilds do. So yeah, you get a little bit of cash your way, that's not too bad. You know, power, you know, the ability to turn on or off all these things, they all take policy points to turn on and off to all the different NPCs. So you've got to go out and earn it. So there's definitely a time investment from a Vanarch perspective to earn these policy points to turn it in. But that in turn can make your province more popular, so more people come in and buy stuff with your tax rate. And then the fame. You get a really kick-ass mount when you ride in, and every time someone enters and leaves your zone, it says Van Ark right there in your name and your guild. So everybody knows who's running the show.
If I remember correctly, there's also a king.
Oh, let's just say everybody has a boss. We're not really talking about the X-Arc. I'll say the X-Arc system, but safe to say everybody does have a boss.
All right. Any other big thing about Tera that you guys are talking about here at D3?
We're just really talking about how this action combat, this visceral, position and dodging and juking combat, couples with, all the staples of an MMO. You have crafting, instance dungeons, an in-depth guild system. All of these different things really combine to make Tera something unique that we think everybody's really going to love.
To talk about a bit of the darker subject, we've seen server mergers over in Korea. Gone from, I can't remember the initial number, it was quite high, down to about 50% of those servers. What was the reasoning behind the server mergers there?
Well, so the Korean had a really successful launch, and just like any other MMO, after you have a launch, you get set into your people that really, really like the game. Over in Korea, Tera generally averages second or third place, of all time, so that's still really good. And with server merges, you get more people playing on one server, which actually has increased the happiness, I guess is the best way to say it. The overall satisfaction of the players that are playing, because there's more people to fight big-ass monsters, there's more people for instances, there's more people for groups. So they've decreased their server size, but they've also increased how happy their players are with the overall Tera experience.
And with Tera out in Korea, when can we kinda expect it here in a rough period of time?
So the rough period of time is when it's ready. And I know everybody hears that, but the main thing we want to do is, right now we're working on the end game. We're working on making sure that there's something there for everybody. We don't want to release it and then have an incomplete game when players get to max level and then have them leave. So we're working on really defining what that end game is, making it really robust, and then polishing the entire game from start to finish, because we want everybody to love Tera as much as we do, and we want to put out the right product, and we're going to do it when it's ready.
All right, so no number, no 2011, no 2012.
No 2011 or 2012, when it's ready.
It was worth a try.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I felt it.
Thank you very much for talking to us.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you.
Are hell-bent on their destruction. If we allow the gods to die, we all die.